Hello everyone, this is Ep40 and welcome to episode 40 of Ep40's Let's Play Create Above and Beyond series, where I'm having a little bit of a power problem. Just a smidge. We're using almost as much power as we currently have when none of these machines are running. Yet, if I activate any one of these machines, including the induction smelter to craft something, or anything else, we will quickly run out of power in the whatchamacallit thingy here. So, to solve that problem, I just put away the things that I made to solve that problem. We will be there in a moment. I'm gonna amp up our power generation today. That's one of the first things I'm gonna work on, and then we're gonna decide what comes next, right? So what I've basically got here is a fluid cell and an ender tank and 4 magmatic dynamos, which should look pretty familiar to you guys. So I think I'm going to rearrange a little bit of this wiring. Oh, and also look what I installed. Haha, wireless crafting terminal for the win. Thank you very much. 100% am not going to live without the wireless crafting terminal. I don't care that it wasn't in the pack. If you guys are upset with me for installing this mod into the pack, sorry, I'm installing it. Oh no, we're out of range. Why are we out of range? Because all my power is going into the thing I just hooked back up. Yeah, so definitely need to disconnect that in order to get this thing to stay online. It's a thing. So I'm going to clean up some of the dire wire that I've got down here. What I'm thinking I might do... How should we set this up? That's actually a really good question. Where, in fact, should I set this up? Should I just plop it down over here somewhere? So what I could do... I was starting to think about, like, how am I going to expand this as needed here? Like, I think I'm going to start with something like this, where you're going to accept from the top and then just output to all sides. And then I'm going to throw my magmatic dynamos onto all the sides here like so, and then suddenly they're all generating power. How cool is that, right? And for the next million years, I'm going to be pressing tab by default to try and open up my wireless crafting terminal because I'm very used to being able to do that. Now, what's annoying to me is that the energy cell wasn't working for this thing, right? That is super duper a bummer. So let me check some things here, right? So you're gonna probably run out of power now, right? I mean, you would expect it to. Eventually, at least. So, yeah, we could just have this. And then to expand it, what we might wind up doing is placing another fluid cell here, and then another fluid cell here, and then another fluid cell here, and then another fluid cell here, and just run these, like, kind of parallel. And we could have, like, a big bank of storage. We could also throw the ender tank underneath this dude, right? So we could put him, like, you know, input from the bottom and have the ender tank be underneath it, just to kind of, you know, be a little bit cleaner, maybe? Might not be a terrible idea. Right, and you're going to keep full now? We'll make sure auto input is enabled as well. Sweet. Okay, cool. And then we can easily boop, 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 boop. Now, do you guys actually drain or store power? I'm assuming not? Okay, cool. So, redstone energy flux cells. This is kind of an annoyance to me. But I assume you will output to the right, no problem. Yes, you do. Okay, cool. But, you do not, apparently... want to connect to that guy. What if I break and replace you? Nope, still not connecting. No energy draining out. Huh. Huh. That's annoying. Alright, let's try this. Huh. Actually, that's pipes, not pretty pipes. You're gonna need some power for a sec. It might be the pipes mod. So, connections may have to be marked as inputs by sneak right-clicking the connections with a wrench. Bueller? You think I can use the create wrench? Because I don't see the pipes wrench. Hey. Because I would really, really like to be able to make this thing work. Hey, there we go. Now we're cooking. Yay! That does it. Okay. Crisis averted. We figured it out, folks. That's cool. That's cool. So then I can you, and you'll start getting power, and you guys will all drain your power in there nice and quickly. Nice. Nice. And then you can output out the top, and you can just do this dude, right? And we will get that cooking. Now, what I might wind up doing is relocating this stuff a little bit, like rearrange it a little smidge. Alright, so we would probably want you to come out here, just to try and keep lines nice and clean. But, you know, we'd probably also fail at keeping lines nice and clean. What I should probably do is stick my ME controller kind of in the middle here. Because remember, we're going to have to deal with channels, right? Channels is going to be a thing for us. There we go. And then wrench you. There you are. And that should put our guy online. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Give me just a little bit of smooth stone to clean up some of the mess we've got here. And that should make our lives a little bit easier. So a little bit of RF generation of power and cleaning up our lines here will make life a lot better for us. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I like it. All right, so we've got, you know, again, I would love the Whala tooltip with applied energistics, but apparently that's not in the cards for me. That's okay. I don't think we're going to get too complicated with applied energistics. Like, we're not going to have, like, a crazy auto-crafting system. We might have some auto-crafting, but I don't think we're going to go too nuts with it. Is that fair? I think so. Neat. All right, so that's cool. That's good to know. So you just got to wrench it. Oh, look, and there's even a UI that you can do. Nice. Okay. I don't think any of this makes sense because pipes mod also has item and fluid transfer pipes, but it looks like they're disabled in this pack. Really, this pack's, you know, this mod really only exists for the purposes of, you know, doing RF transfer. That would be my guess for this pack. So we'll call that good. Now, in addition to that, we should probably consider, you know, I probably could have just made 3 of these guys. I could have just, you know, relocated this stuff. But meh, not a big deal. Meh, not a big deal. Yeah. I don't know why it didn't occur to me to just relocate these things, but we'll use them for something else later, I'm sure. Perfect. Alright, and then you guys can go away in here. I'll just put them away for now. And like I said, we might expand that thing in the future. And when and if we do, you know, we'll definitely use that stuff. Sweet. Alright, cool. So, lots of power gen going on now. I will potentially need to amp this stuff up. Like, so we definitely have a net gain of power, which is nice. If we run into a problem, then we can throw some augments in here, because there's plenty of augment space. And then if we still need more power, then we can look into expanding it along the way, like I said. Alright, so I'm starting to investigate what it'll look like for Chapter 5, Divide by Digital. So at a high level, it looks like our goal is to... I guess I can check the box here, right? Why not? Right? Yeah, we'll do the thing. We'll do the thing. At a high level, our goal is this. We need to take the calculation mechanisms, which is the Chapter 4 thing that we just, you know, started automating pretty smoothly. And we melt them down in either a melter or a magma crucible. Doesn't super matter which one. And once they're melted down, they're going to produce 30 millibuckets of liquefied logic, which is unprocessed. That liquid logic can then be poured into some symbols, some divide symbols, some minus symbols. It can also turn into the number 8 and the number 3. Addition and multiplication. Okay, and everything else is just filling up tanks of it, right? So you can make the number 3 and you can make the number 8. From there, you need to use the operators, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, to craft all the other numbers. So you have to create numbers 1 through 0. So for example, like for 5, it would be 8 minus 3 equals 5, right? Some of the other numbers might be a little bit trickier than others, right? So we have to like figure out, you know, there's a few ways to do it. You know, yeah, there's a lot of ways. A total of 14 options exist to calculate 5s. How do you want to do this? It's totally up to you how you calculate the numbers. And then from there, you eventually want to make computational matrices, which looks like you need to combine all the numbers. So numbers 0 through 9 need to be combined in an alloy with some lava, and you'll get liquefied computational matrix. Cool? So the gist is that we need to make 3s and 8s. And by the way, the 3s and 8s only need 1 millibucket of liquefied logic. So we need a lot of these, but we don't need like a stupid amount, which is nice. So that's kind of good. Kind of good. I like that aspect of it. Now that said, it started to make me wonder, do I want to complete all the automations that I've got thus far? So let's look at our different calculation processor components, right? So number 1, chapter 1, the main thing we had to automate was this stuff. We've got it moderately automated over here, but we could take the andesite that we have underground, and we can take this stuff and some clay, and we could 100% fully automate it if we wanted to, right? Chapter 2 is fully automated except for fuel. So I just need to get power into the charger and get lava into our seared heater here. So we could 100% make this a reality if we turned this into a lava-based guy and used an ender tank. And then this would be 100% automated, and we would have unlimited electron tubes for days, right? Chapter 3 is automated minus the fact that I have to move the singularities and the ender dust over. So I've been doing that manually, like stacks at a time, as you can see. And it runs, like, beautifully, without an issue, perfectly fine, everything's good. You know, I've been just manually moving that for my own, you know, reasons, right, up to this point. But it's doing it. It's doing the thing. And then Chapter 4 is, I believe, 100% fully automated. There is nothing I need to do over here. This guy is just working perfectly without issue, right? I'm pretty sure that is the case. Pretty sure that is the case. Except for the occasional gum up with this thing, which is apparently still happening. I thought that when I made this line behave better, it would stop happening, and it didn't. So I'm gonna have to throw a vacuumulator, or no, not a vacuumulator, a nullifier with a brass filter on that thing. Let me take care of that right now for you guys. So brass funnel and zinc machine, and I believe the zinc machine, it's a lava bucket that makes the nullifier. Yes, and then we have a lava tank, which is cool. I might use this in a moment to get Chapter 2 fully automated. So I think what I'd like to do before we really get into Chapter 5 is I want to finish all the automations for Chapters 1 through 4. Because they're all 90 to 95% fully automated, right? But they could be tweaked to be completely fully automated, which would be cool. And I think that's what I'll do. So what I'm just going to set up here is you with a filter. So if I did this and then rotated you, right, and then plopped one of these guys here, what we should get, okay, is as soon as this gets there, it'll void it. It'll pick it up off the belt and void it. So like I said, I don't know why this is happening. I don't know if it's a chunk loading thing, but I'm pretty sure I've got all my chunks loaded, right? So did I like miss a chunk load somewhere? But no, like everything's loaded here and we're good, right? Definitely everything in this area is fully loaded, so it shouldn't be a chunk loading problem. But that solves the issue, right? And that'll prevent the gumming up of that line. So should I start on Chapter 1? let's circle back to the beginning. Chapter 1. Realistically, we did automate all these things. We have a bunch of clay over here that we're producing. I wonder if I can just use it. Can I just use the clay? That's a question. How are we on clay over here? I'm assuming I'm voiding the excesses, right? Yeah, we've got 12 stacks of clay. We're not super producing clay. We're not super producing it. But we're definitely still producing more sand than we need, which is nice. Even with the addition of the sand going over there, we're in pretty good shape, right? You know, so things and stuff. All right, let me think about this for a minute and how I want to handle it, and we'll be right back. All right, so I'm starting small. Let's get some basics up and running here, right? If I've got my magmatic engine, and we've got some Invar flux ducts, I can probably make a few more of these. I know we're going to need them, so we might as well, right? And what about a seared heater? Can we get the seared tank, fuel tank instead? Does that work here? So if I were to replace you with a seared fuel tank, would you be able to handle the thing? Yes, you would. All right, cool. So that makes this now infinite. Now, the only other part of this machine that needs to be made infinite is this guy, right? So what I could just do very simply is Invar flux duct him, okay, and dig a line, let's say, over to here. What if we put a magmatic dynamo with a flux duct, and we use our wrench? There you go. Oh, nope, almost. Killing me, Smalls. There you go. That's what I want. Figured it out eventually. Right? And then we could just run straight over to here with it. Yeah, buddy. I think that works. What do you guys think? Yeah? So that should now be charging this guy. And this should now be an infinite production line. This was the lowest of the hanging fruits, right? This was the easiest way, the easiest thing to do to make this work, right? Like, this was absolutely the simplest approach that we could do. And I think this goes pretty smoothly, right? So now this is going to run forever. We've got, you know, unlimited lava coming in. We've got unlimited power. This will just constantly run and produce electron tubes. And eventually it'll back stuff. And it'll stop running until we use said electron tubes. Okay? So that's Chapter 2 now fully automated. I told you that was an easy one. And it's done already. So the next thing I'm thinking of doing is this. If we got some machines, like Enderium machines. And by the way, I was making more of you. Yes, there you go. Haha. So give me this many. Beautiful. What if we made ender chests and we designated an ender chest for each area? Okay. So we're going to want an ender chest for here. So that would be 1, 2, 3, at least for the start. So I think all I need to do is make 3 and then maybe a 4th ender chest. We really don't have a lot of wood available, do we? I guess not. But it's enough to get the ball rolling. Okay. And what colored dye should we put in here? How about red, just because that's what we have a lot of? Yeah, why not? Sure. 4 of you. I'm just going to go red, white, white. I don't think we're using that for anything else yet, right? I don't think so. Gotta like how that works in the Ender Storage mod. How when you open one chest, it opens them all. It's, you know, it's the little things. It's the little things that are cool. Okay. So now with you, I'm going to want as follows. We're going to want 4 stack limiter modules, and then I'm going to want 4 extraction modules. Okay? And here's my plan. Here's my plan. That's not where I wanted to put that, actually. If Pretty Pipes let me do individual block settings, that would be cool, but I can't, so it's all good. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack limit an extractor on these guys. Okay? So we're going to say stack limiter. Give me a max of 32, let's say. This is the part where you allow me to type. Thank you. And then you extractor that guy. Okay? So that should be cool. All right. The same thing's going to happen over here. We're going to have this guy stack limiter 32 extract. And then this guy, that shouldn't be a problem, right? Yeah, I don't think so. Stack limiter 32 this guy. Okay. So now if we look at this ender chest that we have here, okay, and I'm going to replace this thing. Okay. What we'll see is we're going to eventually have 32 of every type of resource in here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace all of these chests. So all I have to do is put this stuff away. Perfect. Replace you. Replace you. As soon as I didn't hear the click into my inventory, I knew we had problems. That may or may not be a problem. I guess we'll find out. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Stop dropping onto the belts. Just want to make sure nothing's gummed up here. I think we're good, though. Yeah, buddy. Okay, cool. Alright, so now we've got a lot of round robin dudes that can go away. You guys can hang out for a minute. And then all we have to do is connect the pipes all the way across the line. So now remember, this guy says I only accept kinetic mechanisms. So he's not going to try to insert anything there. And remember, you can also filter on the deployers. So all my deployers are already filtered with the things that they're supposed to get. So we don't have to do any filtering or any retrieving or anything fancy, really. We just say, hey, extract our stuff and send them down the line. Now, we might want to hire a tier extractor. That might be a thing that we want to do. Because we might want to say, hey, make sure that, you know, we have enough extracting happening. But we'll see if this is enough, right? So by doing this, what we should now have happening is we should have fully automated the whole production line. How great is that? Is that cool? As long as you still have, you don't. You need your extraction module. Do we have a higher tier extraction module that I can use? I feel like we should throw an Invar extraction module into this bad boy. Do we have any of those? We've got Invar machines, so I'll just turn one of those into this, and we'll do a medium extraction module. I just feel like that would be cooler. And I really need to get another beacon up and running. I might do that between episodes. You guys don't need to see me fight a wither again, right? Alright, so by doing this... we don't have prevent over sending, though, do we? Not with a tier 2. So you're going to bounce back, aren't you? Yeah, I don't like the bouncing back. Doesn't tier 3 automatically prevent over sending? I feel like it does. Should I look into making a tier 3 module? I think I still have one Enderium pipe module. So I guess my question then is if I have a high extraction module. Higher tiers prevent oversending. Well, this is the highest tier, so you better prevent oversending, buddy. Or me and you is going to have words. Okay. So, let's say that I snagged another 8 of these calculation mechanisms, right? So now everybody should be a little bit low on stuff. And do we have any? We do have some andesite alloy. So let's just, I'm going to manually do the andesite alloy because I haven't fully automated this yet, right? So my goal is to make sure that this doesn't oversend. So hopefully that is the case. It doesn't look like he oversent because electron tubes are not crazy. That's kind of cool. Now what I might want to do is use some higher tier invar for the other guys. So we could do like, just going to turn all of you guys into a medium extraction. And I'm going to go replace all these with mediums instead of smalls. Can I do that without? So I'm just going to do that. And then he'll pull a little bit faster. Same deal here. Because now he's going to insert 8 at a time there, and that'll be good. Cool. And then the same for this guy. I like it. I like it. So now we're definitely more automated on this line, right? We don't have to think about anything. Chapters 1, 2, and 3 are all fully automated, minus the part that this thing is not perfect, but, like, I can live with this not being... Like, it takes a while for us to burn through and make all these things. You know. We'll see. I wonder... Oops. So you've got a low retriever module and a stack limiter of 1. Because we can craft multiples at a time here, right? What if I bumped this up and we wanted to speed this up a little bit? What we could do is we could get another invar machine. Knowing that tier 2 extractors, actually we still have one more medium extraction module. Knowing that these can do 8 at a time, right? Would it be a bad idea to make you retrieval 8 at a time instead of 1 at a time? Is that worth a little bit of a try? It might be cool. I should turn my magnet off when I'm in this area for sure. So if I took out the retriever module, what's going to happen to these two, by the way? Okay. That should be cool. Just going to sleep up here for a sec. Because the explosion can handle multiples, right? So if we said, hey, instead of retrieving 1 at a time, how about you retrieve 8? And that's what you're allowed to have? And then we put a medium retriever module in there, specifying you and you. That should all still work, right? I don't see anything wrong with that plan. Alright, I do see something wrong with the plan. Ish. So let's start with making it 4, and then we'll see if we can't... So now he should just request 4 more. That works. So, I mean, that quadruples the speed at which we're producing these things. The real question is, will my other pieces of my system be able to keep up with this number? But 4 seems like a good number. I could bump this up to 4 at a time, though, couldn't I? Yeah, that's what's up. And then I can make it 8 if I wanted to. So now it won't drop until it gets 4. Check that out. That's actually kind of neat. It doesn't drop until it gets 4. Look at that. Okay, I'm down with that plan. Now, we definitely blew up a few of these, like 8-ish of them, is that right? I wanna make the numbers even again. I think we accidentally destroyed a few of these. Did I math wrong? Oh no, I have to just middle click. Yeah, now we're good. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, so this now drops 4 items at a time, which is cool. Boom, boom. I like it. I like that a lot, actually. Now, are you gonna gum up a little bit? You are. You are. All right. I should babysit this a bit and see if I can speed this up a little. Yeah, you need to be faster, buddy. Oh yeah, look how many singularities are in here. That's not a good thing. So just out of curiosity, do we think we can speed this up a little bit? Without too much trouble? It might overstress our system to do this, because I think our windmill's getting kind of overloaded, but I guess we'll see what happens. But we can always just give it a shot, right? Give me some levers. My Stirling Dynamo can go away. Doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. Overstressed. Okay. But I mean, it's faster now, right? All around, that's going to be better. Overall, this is running faster now, for sure. Now, what if I turned you off and I turned you on? Would that still be overstressed? Yes. Okay, good to know. Good to know. But overall, that seems better to me. Do you think this is running faster? I can't tell. If I turned this off for a sec. That doesn't seem any faster as a result now. But everything else is. So if I threw another stack of you and another stack of you in, I'll toy with this between episodes a little bit, but I think where we're at now is a pretty good place. And that should be cool. Yeah, the vacuumulator might. Yeah. See, the problem is these guys won't really stack, will they? I wonder if they would fit in a drawer just fine. But this is going to go faster now, at least, so that's cool. That might be okay. If I have to speed up some alterations there, I will. So I think this is good. The main key here is making sure that we have enough buffer in here. So we've got 210 of these backstuffed, and keep in mind that this machine was off for a little bit. I think really the biggest slowdown here is probably this basin. And I don't think there's a good way to amp this up, really. I could make this a double chest and have a second waste container here, but it will significantly overcomplicate the whole process, right? The whole system will become much more complicated. But, you know, I don't think we need to amp this up any more than it already is. But if we do, then we will. Is that fair? I think, you know, that should be fair. We'll keep an eye on things. If I have to amp this up, we will have to just rearrange a little. We'll basically just need more item drains to convert these guys into magentas. That's really what it's going to need to be. But we'll get there. For now, I think it's wrapping up point for the episode. So let's wrap up here. Next episode, I'm going to come back, and I would like to automate these guys, right? Because that's our real sticking point right now, is they're not actually automated. They're semi-manual. Like, clearly they're a little bit automated, right? Clearly they're a little bit automated, but they're also semi-manual. So we need to deal with that reality. Okay. Did I turn you back on, Mr. Magnet? Alright, and I can put these guys in here, and, like, the extractor will do its thing. But, yeah, wrapping up point for the episode. Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, we'll come back next time, and we will continue to amp up some of our machinery, right? The goal is to automate these guys, andesite alloys, completely. We're like 90% of the way there. Again, it's not as much as it seems. We just need to add the item remover from the spinny thing so that he can extract his seaweed, and then have the seaweed, this stuff, combined with clay, right? Yeah, you are this. So we need to automate algae blend, which is we can make in a mixer, by the way. So we could 100% do that without heating. Or we could do it in this guy, but I think this is probably the better way to go. So we'll mix the algae blend, and then we'll run it through a blaster to heat it up, and then we'll, you know, combine it with andesite that we bring up from underground. We might want to set up an andesite crafter. Remember, we can make andesite, cobblestone, and an igneous extruder with some packed ice and some lava, but we do still have to put it under bedrock. So we'll have to dig a shaft all the way down to bedrock to make the andesite cobblestone, and then have it shoot up either with pipes or some other kind of creative system. But for now, like I said, wrapping up point. Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.